say some places remember that paradise itself can become a tomb. May 2005. An island in the Caribbean. White sand, blue water, perfect sunset. 125 teenagers celebrating freedom. But one of them would never leave. Her name was Natalee Holloway. She was 18 years old. And what happened to her that night remains one of the most haunting mysteries of our time. This is her story. Act 1. The Island That Keeps Secrets. Aruba, a name that once meant paradise. Now, it means something else. May 26th, 2005. Mountain Brook High School, Alabama's finest. Privileged kids, bright futures. A graduation trip to celebrate the beginning of adulthood. Supervised, safe, or so they thought. Natalee Holloway stepped off that plane with her classmates. Blonde hair, bright smile. She had a full scholarship waiting, a whole life waiting. For 5 days, everything was perfect. And then came the last night. May 30th. Act 2, 1:30 a.m. Carlos and Charlie's, a nightclub in Oranjestad. Loud music, flashing lights, teenage laughter. The last place anyone saw her alive. Witnesses reported seeing Natalee dancing, drinking, socializing with 3 young men. One was 17 years old, Dutch. His name, Joran van der Sloot. The others, Deepak and Satish Kalpoe, 2 brothers. Around 1:30 in the morning, security cameras captured something. Natalee, walking toward a car, getting in, with them. No one ever saw her again. Act 3, the morning after. Morning light, the airport, departure gate, roll call. Every name checked, every student accounted for, except one. Natalee's room, empty. Her bags, packed. Her passport, still there. She never made it back. Thousands of miles away, a phone rings. Beth Holloway, Natalee's mother. The words she heard changed everything. Your daughter didn't board the plane. Within hours, Beth was on a flight to Aruba. She didn't wait for police. She didn't wait for permission. She began searching, knocking on doors, demanding answers. And she learned a name. Joran van der Sloot. Act 4. The lies begin. The arrests came quickly. Van der Sloot, the Kalpoe brothers, all detained. But here's where it gets disturbing. Joran's first story. We dropped her at her hotel around 2 a.m. Hotel surveillance? Nothing. She never arrived. So his story changed. Second version. We left her on the beach. She wanted to stay. But beach patrols found no trace. Third version. She was drunk. She wandered off. But witnesses saw her coherent. Every statement, a contradiction. Every word, a dead end. And the worst part? No body, no blood, no evidence, no crime. crime scene, just absence. The Aruban authorities had no choice. They released all 3 men. Insufficient evidence. The case went cold. But the nightmare was only beginning. Act 5. The search that never ended. Years passed. Beth Holloway refused to give up. She hired private investigators. She organized underwater searches. She offered rewards. The ocean was combed. The island was scoured. Nothing. Then, 2008, 3 years after Natalee vanished, a Dutch journalist set up a hidden camera and recorded Joran van der Sloot. In the footage, he appears to confess. He claimed Natalee collapsed on the beach, that he panicked, that he called a friend, that they took her body out to sea and let the ocean swallow her. But when confronted, he said he was lying, just making it up, playing with the cameras. Another twist, another torment, another lie. Act 6. 5 years to the day. May 30th, 2010. Exactly 5 years after Natalee disappeared. Lima, Peru. A hotel room. Inside, the body of a young woman, 21 years old, brutally murdered. Her name, Stephanie Flores Ramirez. The killer? Joran van der Sloot. He was arrested. He confessed. He was convicted. 28 years in a Peruvian prison. The pattern was undeniable. The horror confirmed. But Natalee's family still had no answers. No body, no closure, no justice. Just questions. And the ocean 18 years later, 2012, Natalee Holloway was declared legally dead. 2023, Joran van der Sloot was extradited to the United States, not for murder, for extortion. He had tried to sell information about Natalee's remains to her grieving family for $250,000. In a federal courtroom, with prosecutors watching, with Beth Holloway present, he finally spoke the truth. He admitted, on that beach 18 years ago, after she rejected his advances, he picked up a concrete block and struck her in the head. He said she died instantly, that he dragged her body into the water, that the ocean took her. There was no recovery of remains. The ocean never gives up its dead. But for the first time in 18 years, there was an admission. Not justice, but an answer. Natalee Holloway was 18 years old. She wanted to be a doctor. She had her whole life ahead of her. Instead, she became a mystery, a headline, a ghost story. Some say you can still hear the waves on that beach, whispering her name. Some say paradise remembers, and some places never let.
Don't miss the next terrifying tale. Subscribe to Hanuman Fear Files.